Greetings, royal queens and kings. It is your host with the mostest, definitely Queen Tulsa. We are here after dark. It is May 31st. It's 12 a.m. Central Time, 1 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. Pacific Time. Well, I want to say that there was a story that really caught my attention. And from experience of being in a particular lifestyle, you know, it brought back so many memories. And it is definitely heartbreaking in certain parts of the story. I do want to say that this is a trigger warning, this is fair use commentary, and we are here to educate and also protect and give you resources of where you can call if you find yourself in a tizzy, in a situation that you are not comfortable with. And also, um, we'll listen to this audio and we'll dig really, really, really deep. And we're going to be looking for some clues. We're going to be looking for things that stand out, things that we could look for, and things that we could educate those that are coming behind us. And then, even while we're out in public, we need to notice certain things. So, without further ado, I don't want to keep you guys waiting. So, like I said, brace yourselves for this ride that we're going on. And if you know of these individuals, please, please, please share this video with them because now it's showtime. All right, and we are back. And please, you all, listen, listen, listen. Before we get into it, how can we get a sound check? Sound check, sound check. Can we get a sound check? All right, let's get that sound check. And DJ, could you please hit us with something soft, easy, and relaxing? All right, sound check is good. All right, and how is the music? Do we need to lower the music? Are you able to hear me? Again, if we can hashtag Queen City, trigger warning, allegedly fair use commentary. Sounds good. Okay, the music is fine. Thank you, DJ. All right. So, pretty much what I'm about to introduce you all to is this gentleman by the name of TKO Capone, right? And he is a streamer on the app called Bigo, Bigo, and his name is TKO Capone. Well, apparently, TKO Capone is a pimp allegedly, and I some of the ladies that were previously in relationship with him or in the polyamorous relationship, you know, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. When we talk about photos, we're going to add up photos because I want you to see this couple and I want you to really dig in to what's going on. Okay. Thank you. Hashtag in Queen City. So these are the individuals, as you all know, Nature Boy, uh-huh, Carbon Nation cult member Nature Boy. He actually received a life in prison without parole. He said that he was God and he had mind control over his women. Now, this beautiful couple right here, the young lady that's Armani Bougie, uh-huh, and that is TKO Capone. Now, let me fill you in on this couple before we really jump into the content. Armani Bougie is kind of, her name kind of simplifies exactly who she is, and she is a woman of a particular age. And she's been in this lifestyle that has been great to her. According to her, her and TKO have been together for over 16 years. And they began to open up their relationship at some point in time in their relationship. And so you have Yvette in the front, you have TKO with that towel around his head, you have Armani Bougie, and then you have another lady that is a part of their or was a part of their polyamorous relationship. I'm going to zoom on up and actually we're going to bring up Island Girl. Island Girl is actually the one right in the front. Oh.
Over for our money. I don't want to take over for her. If she leaves, I'm leaving too. Like that's what I said to Buddy. I can't. I'm not gonna. No. So like I said, I fell asleep when Charlie played the intro. I fell asleep on the couch by myself to sleep because eventually he came back and I'm like, Armani left. And I'm thinking to myself like, yo, bitch, you got to go. So then the next day, I wake up and I'm texting Armani. She's upstairs, and I was like, oh my god, Armani's upstairs. And he's like, yeah, I know. Go ask your sister. She'll ride. Tell her she needs to ride with you to LA to get the rest of your stuff. Because we already had planned on going back. He told me at first he wasn't helping me get the rest of my stuff because he didn't want me to bring nothing. So I had already booked the pickup truck myself. I was gonna go get my pick. I was gonna go back myself, not by myself. So he's like, tell your sister she need to go with you to LA. So I go upstairs and she was all sad and so she had been crying all night. And like I said, not to embarrass her, that's when she got that big ass blister on her lip overnight. Huge. From stress. And that's exactly what makes that type of shit happen. The cold sores pop up when you stress the fuck out. So she said she wasn't gonna go with me back to LA because she was still planning to leave on Monday. This was Saturday. She was still gonna leave on Monday and she wanted to spend as much time as she could with the dogs before she had to go. So I went back downstairs and told him that she said she's not going because she want to spend time with the dogs before she leaves. He's like, what? I said, she said she's leaving on Monday still. And he went upstairs and started throwing her shit and pulled the suitcase out the closet. Talking about if you gonna leave on Monday, you can get the fuck out right now. Because she said that her mom couldn't find a flight while she was at the airport. I don't think she ever went to the airport. Looking back, I don't think she ever went to the airport at all. I don't think that she tried to get a flight. I don't believe it at all. And she's like, I don't want to leave. She's crying, like telling him she's sorry and all of this or whatever. So I'm just like, okay. And at this point, I don't want to leave Armani there by herself. So we drove to LA and he was like, Armani, you drive for the first 2 hours. And, you drive for the first 2 hours and Armani, you get your hours in. And you drive for the second 2 hours. And Armani drive, you go out. So when we get gone from the house, Armani's like, I don't want to go live. Clearly, she don't want to go live. She got this big ass fucking herpes on her lip. And she was like, so you just go live, I'll drive. And I was like, but that's not what TK said. And she's like, I don't care. I don't want to go live. So, of course, that's what we did. And then he's calling our phone, made us pull over and switch seats. He was like, that's what the fuck I told y'all to do. Armani, you supposed to be getting your hours in or whatever. So she got on live with that mask. This is COVID time, but she put that mask on and did her 2 hours in my passenger seat. And everybody was like, why you got your mask on in the car? She was like, because I make French onion pretzels and I don't want to get her through that bad breath or whatever. Remember? He didn't care if she was embarrassed. He didn't care. So it's fucked up. Then we got to LA. We're going through all my stuff, and me and Armani are bonding like a motherfucker. Like, me and Armani, I feel like we got along great. I fucking loved her. And going through my memories and all that, packing my stuff. And then we packed the fuck out of that Malibu, bro. And then on the way home, I had a piggy bank. We went to Ralph's, the grocery store. I put my shit in the Coinstar, and I had like $44 or something. So I was like, here, you take half, I'll take half. She was like, no. She would not take that $20. I said, well, I'm keeping it, and I'm not giving it to her. The fuck? Like, she didn't even want to keep the $20. So when the credit cards came in the mail, she refused to hold the credit card. They had each gotten credit cards, Southwest and Amazon Prime, with their names on it. They were literally added to my account. She refused to hold it. He got mad at her saying, why you don't think you could be responsible? You need to take this fucking credit card. And she was like, I will not hold on to that. Nope. And I feel like Armani knew I was about to get fucked. But she had too much of a heart to do that. She didn't want to be responsible for that part. Like, nope, I'm not running up this bitch credit card. No ma'am, no sir. So at least she didn't do that. But she knows what it is that they do.
Okay, so pretty much, this is Lynette speaking. She's one of the ladies that was in his polyamorous relationship with TKO Capone and Armani Bougie. And apparently, she was already on Bigo. She was already getting her bag. And, he pretty much smooth talked her into coming to stay with them and eventually giving up her apartment that she stayed in for 8 years. Right? So now she's there. Now she needs to add them to her credit card. And, eventually she's going to tell you where he made a statement where you got to fake it till you make it. And this is all going to make sense here in a little bit. But let's get into it because this is a lot. And like I said, trigger warning.
She knows the scheme. So what happened with these two was game, pimping. And now he's trying to present himself as something else, but he's still doing the same shit. It's just no sex work involved. He's still taking women's money. He makes it seem like it's for us, but he's really gonna just do whatever he wants with it. He don't give a fuck about you. He didn't even pay my credit card bills, and I'm trying to explain how to actually get shit raised up. Like, this is how you build your own credit. But I guess he's just a CPN head ass nigga. He not gonna ever go nowhere. So I literally came in there and I don't know, clout chasing. I'm really legit poly even to this day. Even though I'm in a monogamous relationship right now, that doesn't change the fact that I'm poly. It's a belief that you can love more than one person. That more than one person can be in a relationship. That you don't own anyone. I don't possess people. Nobody can possess me. So that's what polyamory is about. Working together, not being for self, and not having control over anybody else. Like, people should be able to be happy. Anyways, it took me about 5 weeks to get the fuck up out of there. I lived there for 5 weeks. I could tell that things were not changing. Like I touched on earlier, when he left the house for like 8 days, I was already looking at apartments and shit. I was already like, my mind was made up. 10 days in was the shake to the face, by the way. No, TKO never laid his hands on me, but he did throw a shake in my face. I don't have the video, y'all. You know
in
how
the car, correct? I remember that.
Right. So the shake story. Yes. When I moved to Vegas, I was so excited. Coming from LA, it never gets hot enough to really go swimming. So I was so happy to live in Vegas finally, even though these niggas didn't even have a pool. The house was so fucked up. Anyway, I wanted to go swimming so bad. So my friend from college came to town for a bachelor party, and he was with like 8 other dudes, and a lot of them from my school. So these were like homies from the back, like way back in the day, frat boys. And if y'all don't know, I'm Sigma Gamma Rho, historically black sorority. These was Catholics. So I was like, hey, Dayron's in town. I already told him who that was. He's the one who nicknamed me Yetta. He's the one who put me on hiphoppoetry.com back in 2004. And that's when I became Yetta Brown and started making beats and diss tracks and all that. Anyway, he came to town and he invited us because he already knew that I was in a relationship with TKO. And he was like, hey, we're going to be at the Mandalay Bay. Like, y'all come kick it. I want to see you. Like, bring your couple or whatever, your throuple, whatever. So on Friday night, Brandon Keys was in town. And y'all remember Ashley, the white girl from Alabama? The one who got a baby with Eddie Curry. I'm not Eddie Curry, Eddie Winslow. Darius McCurry. Okay, so Brandon was in town. He was fucking with her. So she had a suite at the Cosmo that her homeboy, some boxer, owns, and she's a real estate agent and shit. So it's like she sold it to him. So he wasn't in town, and we went over there. And Brandon was in town, so we went over there and we went live. Y'all remember that? And we took that picture of me, Armani, TKO, and Brandon. And TKO taught Brandon how to tie that dumbass sheet around his head.
I remember.
So that night, they had invited us to come over to the hotel where they were at and come kick it, but we never made it because we got fucked up in that hotel room. So the next day was Saturday. We was all drunk. Me, Armani, and TKO didn't feel like getting up. We had already made all of these plans. We was going to go to the gym and shit. We didn't do shit all day Saturday. We was just lazy fucks. Then Sunday comes along, and we got to go to the gym today. We didn't go yesterday. We got to go today. So we went to the gym. And then after the gym, Dayron, the guy from college, was texting me talking about, hey, we got a cabana at the Mandalay Bay. Mandalay Bay is my favorite pool. It's like a beach, like the slant goes in on the pool, and you can just lay in the water and still breathe and be tanning at the same time because it gradually goes down. I fucking love that. So we go to get our protein shakes from Protein House. I think that's what it's called. And he went inside to go get them. And I was just like, texting Dayron, like, okay, I'm gonna ask. And when TKO got in the car, I was like, hey, Ronnie and them got a cabana. I want to go swimming. You know I've been wanting to go swimming. And he was like, nah, because it's going to take me too long to get ready. And I said, what you mean get ready? All we got to do is take a shower and put our swimsuits on. And he said, stop fucking asking me. I said, no, we're not going to go. I said what I said. Maybe we can meet up with them later, and maybe not. I don't want to hear shit else about it. So I'm in the passenger seat like, mad, huffing and puffing and pouting, right? And if y'all remember, me and Armani attempted to put together a dresser that I bought from Target like weeks before that. So when I realized we weren't going to get to go, I said, well, fine. Then can at least you help me put together the rest of that dresser? He said, I don't know why you bought that ugly-ass dresser in the first place. That shit ugly as a motherfucker. And I'll push it together. I'll pay people to do stuff like that. And I said, well, it's a man's job. 20-ounce shake to the face. I'm in the passenger seat. This nigga is right here. He threw that with all his might at my face. And the whole thing exploded, and people still laughing now. It was like a huge joke when I told y'all the first time. Motherfuckers act like this shit is fucking funny. Like
that's
this shit
not
is cute.
Funny. That's degrading. That's not funny. That is not.
And the worst part about it is we were literally right outside the house. We were about to pull into the driveway, and he did this. And I'm like, oh, I could not fucking believe this shit.
All right, so right there. Now, this woman is saying, that this dude portrayed to be one way, and, now he's another way. I want to see that it's a lot, but let's go ahead and hit that like button. Let's get us back in the algorithm. We'll be right back. right, let's go.
And I'm like, oh, I could not fucking believe that this shit just happened. And it was everywhere, all over me. The lid from the cup cut my fucking lip. And I got out of the car, and Armani did too. She was in the back. And then he just peeled off down the street. There's speed bumps on that street. He busts a U-turn and then start gunning at me and Armani in the middle of the street, like he was about to run us over. So we both ran into the driveway, and then he left the car in the middle of the street, opened up the door, didn't even close the door, and starts coming at me like a fucking bull. And I kept backpedaling, and I had my, I stayed with my motherfucking water bottle, and he was trying to snatch my water bottle out of my hand, and I don't know what he was gonna do with it. So I held on to my water bottle, and I'm just backing away from him. And finally, he went in the house, and I got back in the car because I didn't want to go in the house with him. I took a video. Y'all, if those who were here, y'all remember the video of me, like, this is what he does. Like, I'm showing my face covered in fucking chocolate and the whole ceiling and the whole side of the fucking car. So eventually I went in the house. I quietly went to my bathroom in the hallway and took a shower and came downstairs and told Armani I was about to get an Uber. While I was in my room, I went on U-Haul. I got me a 10-foot bin or 2 movers. I got boxes. I got tape. I got everything I needed. And then I showed back up to the house, and luckily she didn't fucking snitch on me. He was shocked when I come to the door and it's me with 2 random dudes in a moving truck. And then he's immediately went into his fucking mode of fakeness. He put on fake ass, old ass R&B breakup songs, went live while those movers were there, and tried to act like this was a storyline. He tried to make everybody think that this was just fake, because he kept acting like, y'all, yeah, Chanel leaving y'all. And he kept trying to come in my room while I'm trying to pack everything and say, you don't really want to leave. No, don't do this. You don't want to leave or whatever. And I'm like, yo, this is a fucking joke. Get off live. Why are you live right now? Shut the fuck up, ID number. If I'm not talking fast enough for you, then you can bounce. So he ended up telling them to leave. He told them we were done here. And I wasn't done. I called Kyra. Kyra, I had never met in real life. She lived in Vegas. She came over there and helped finish packing the rest of my stuff. I didn't even have enough room in the 10-foot van to put all my boxes and stuff. Kyra came over there with her taser, bro. Kyra wasn't playing. Big up, Kyra.
Shout out Kyra. Yes.
Yeah. I put the rest of my stuff in Kyra's car. And Kyra took me to the hotel where my homeboys were staying. And me and Kyra had I can't bring her to the fucking hotel. So I went with Kyra. The next morning, I went back to their house, and I was waiting for my friend to respond to me because I had already reserved a storage unit to take my stuff to while I was trying to find an apartment, right? He wasn't responding. So I'm sitting in my
Okay, so pretty much what this young lady is saying is, she pretty much had to make an escape plan up out of this relationship. And his bottom B, she decided to stick around. She decided to stay there. And one thing that I can say is, like, you just never know what these situations where somebody's, mind is, their brain is, and we can't always get upset with them if they don't get it, if they don't move out like right away. Right? So we got to keep in mind, like, sometimes the Stockholm syndrome kicks in. Let's go.
ass room on the bed, like waiting on my boy to hit me back. And then I went downstairs and I was trying to ask for my money back because I had already contributed like $9,000 at this point. It's 10 days in. I moved there 10 days prior. And they talking to me. He's like, I'm not giving you nothing because you're the one who's just giving up on us. Like, I'm sorry. I'll never do anything like that to you again. Like, please, we're supposed to be making this work. What happened to building? So I ended up changing my mind and being like, yeah. And I'm really thinking I want my money to make sense. Like, if I already done invested this much, okay, maybe I should give it another shot. Let's see. I want for this to work out. Right? Trying to be optimistic. I never should have fucking stayed. So that was like March 28th. I moved in on March 18th or 19th, one of them days. So it was like still March. For April, he asked me what I wanted for my birthday, April 23rd. I said, for my birthday, I don't need anything from you. I just want to be able to pay my own bills for my birthday. Can I keep my money for the month of my birthday so I pay my credit cards down since you're not doing it? Because it was a big behind the scenes argument every fucking day. I'm asking, what about the credit card bills? He told me I don't want to hear shit else about the fucking credit card bills. Do not bring the credit.
All right, so just imagine, you have worked so hard to build your credit up to where you have credit cards, for emergency purposes or just to build your credit up, right? And then you add on two extra people that you don't really know that well. And in the beginning of the conversation is, oh, we're responsible. Oh, we got it going on. This is what it is. But then when she arrives there, she eventually realizes, like, hey, this is not what it's all cracked up to be, right? And then the credit card charges, and it's like, okay, you're charging it. Okay, when are we going to pay it? Are you going to pay it? And I'm not going to lie, I would get frustrated too if this was our agreement and you're not, holding up your end of the bargain, and it's like my credit is on the line. What are your thoughts in the chat? Let us know. Listen here. Welcome to the Butterfly Lounge. Please subscribe, share, and like. Thank you for your support. Let's get into it.
Credit cards up. I have a plan, baby. You gotta trust me. That's not important right now. Okay, so he agreed. He was really reluctant, but he agreed. That's the reason why I was okay when I decided to leave, y'all. That is why I was okay, because I paid my shit down during that month. I paid my shit down. So I had money. I had money to go get furniture and shit. I leveled up like that because I have available credit, like a lot of. So it was cool. But on April 23rd, that's when we went out to Red Lobster for my birthday and got all dressed up in our Fashion Nova outfit like it was supposed to be some fucking fancy ass outing. And I got so pissed off he wouldn't taste that bacon wrapped scallop. And I'm looking at him like, this cannot be the nigga I chose. Y'all have no idea, man. Every single day that passed, I looked at him with more and more disgust. Like, you are not daddy-ish. I thought you was daddy. You're clearly not fucking daddy. You are a clown. I am ashamed. I never should have got with you. You get on my fucking nerves. Like, I was so annoyed, and I can't fake it. So when I got so mad,
so I want to stop it right there. She said that he wasn't a good daddy, this, that, and the third. That's a little triggering for me because it's like, sis, like you were out here looking for a man to I don't know what she was looking for in him, but it seems as though she got the soft end of the bargain, y'all. She got the short end of the bargain. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like she was tricked. Let's go.
about that that scallop shit, he dropped me and Armani off at the hotel and pulled off like he punishing us that he not coming upstairs. He thought he was gonna ruin my birthday. And when we got upstairs, Armani's like, you can't act like that while we're on live because it makes us all look bad. I said, I'm sorry, I can't be fake and phony like you. And that really hurt her feelings. She said, I really hurt her feelings when I said that. I'm not sorry. That's true. You are fake and phony. You put on a fucking face. You act like everything's okay. And it's not. I cannot do that. I will not do that. So she said she was calling an Uber and she was leaving too. I'm like, bye. And I invited my friends to that hotel suite and we went live all night long singing karaoke songs, had a grand old time, and they left and I slept in that big ass bed by myself. I wake up, oh, I'm gonna go to the pool. I was happy as fuck. I didn't give a fuck. They thought I was gonna have my night ruined. And then he said, oh, don't leave the room. Me and Armani coming over there, we gotta talk. And it took forever to get there. And when they did, they gave me that dumbass ultimatum that I needed to apologize for calling them childish and basic or whatever. Hey, honey, I'm glad you could make it, baby. Yeah, on my birthday. And this nigga had the nerve to be live on my birthday next to me at my birthday dinner. When it was his birthday, he was over throwing a fit because we went to Olive Garden and nobody gave him a yacht. And I dropped the dragon on him and on his whole mood. A yacht on him and his whole mood changed on his birthday. I'm not over here trying to take the shine from you on your birthday, you little fucking punk bitch. So on my birthday.
So okay, let me see. Wani11 says, was she looking for a daddy or a man? Well, so they're in a poly relationship. I'll give you kind of like the a description. So a poly relationship is more than one woman. There is a lot of competition in the house. Who's he going to give his attention to? Who is he going to recognize? Who's going to make feel special? Who is he going to, have a baby with? Because every lady gets a different story. So this guy is a flashy guy. Here, let me bring up his photo. This guy is very flashy. Did we not? Okay, here he is. So he's the guy with all the jewelry on. That's the guy right there. He's matching outfits. Yeah, that's him. This is Nature Boy. He was recently put behind bars because he had a cult. And he had several women. They were fighting over him and things like that. And so there are graper allegations that have been brought up. They say TKO raped a woman. And so, I think she was looking for a 2-for-1 special. She was looking for a daddy, for guidance and direction. And then she wanted a man to love on her. And I don't know how that correlates, but it works for some people. Let's go.
Birthday, he's just doing everything to piss me the fuck off. And it wasn't just refusing to taste the bacon wrap scallop. It was, what's a scallop anyway, y'all? What do one look like in real life before it's, hold on, let me Google it.
The fact your story is still the same. Your story is exactly the same.
Just a kid. Like,
yep.
I was pissed. And then we had multiple discussions about how they needed to start trying new things. I'm like, y'all don't gotta like it, but at least try it. Because there's just such weird ass creatures of habit where all you eat is junk food out to eat. Oh, that's all y'all eat. So it was just that was the straw that broke the camel's back, y'all. The scallop was the straw that broke the camel's back. And then when he had the nerve to come over there and tell me either I can leave or I can go live and apologize for saying that their eating habits were basic and childish. And then also that I had to wake up at a certain time every day, read a chapter from an inspirational book, do my affirmations, meditate, go to the gym, be on a strict diet. Now, those are all good things, right? But before I even met this nigga in real life, I told him he was giving me daddy energy. I asked him if he knew anything about BDSM. I wanted a daddy. I wanted to be a sub and have a daddy. I wanted to.
So here we go. Back to your question, Wani One. Was she looking for a daddy or a man? She just admitted she was looking for a daddy. She wanted daddy. I want dad. You know? She's lucky it wasn't canned salmon. Well, listen, I don't know how women could just, I don't know. I'm not going to be in competition with no man that's running and using up all my face products and getting in there using my curlers and things like that. I don't know. I don't know. That's a little sticky for me. Let's
Somebody to keep me in check. And the way that it really goes, y'all, if you do your research, a dom will make sure you do the things you want to do to make you better. So I made a whole list of my goals that I wanted him to hold me accountable for. I wanted to be more spiritual. I wanted to get into meditation. I wanted to lose weight and go to the gym. I wanted to be healthier on a diet. I wanted to spend more time on my career. I wanted to make sure I was doing time management. I felt like if I had a coach to keep me on my P's and Q's, then it would be easier for me. And I thought that he could give that to me. But when I got there, he became so inconsistent. Him and Armani, y'all remember they used to go out to eat with me without me all the time? And people thought that he just didn't really like. I chose not to go with them because I had a goal. And if he wasn't going to help me do it, I'll do it myself. I was buying groceries. I was meal prepping at the house. I was eating food that I cooked.
I was going to ask you that. Yep.
He used to call me from where they were. You want us to bring you a plate? You want to say things? We got some leftover. No, I'm straight. And they like, dang, they finna bring yet the leftovers. No, they're not. I'm not finna eat that. I didn't want to eat that. I held my own self accountable. And he always want to be like, you gotta hold yourself accountable. This nigga can't even fucking stick to shit. He want to fast all day and pop pills, whatever them fucking pills was, the weight loss pills or whatever. Got you feeling like you cracked the fuck out. He'd fast all day and then be like, fuck it, let's go to Freddy's. And he want to get a motherfucking double cheeseburger and a big ass Reese's shake with extra Reese's on the side. Fat fuck. So he don't have no self-control, and he always expects everybody else to listen to him. And it's like, you're not daddy-ish. You are not daddy, bro. You can't even follow your own regimen, and you want me to follow the regimen. You want me to trust you. You can't even fucking do what you say you're gonna do. So no, he is a joke.
You know what's so interesting is that she put all her trust in him. You put your trust in the stupid hoe. You think you want your best friend and your sister. I lie to ya, then screw ya. I get mad if his homeboys do ya. Let's go.
Yo, and it didn't take me long to realize it. And I'm not shaming the people that stayed longer. Not everybody is like me. But what I will say is that it's absolutely fucked up the way that people treat me on this app. Shut up, Yetta. We don't care. We heard your story, Yetta. We just don't care. We don't fuck you, bitch. I leveled up so quick. I didn't cry, I didn't beg. I didn't ask nobody for no fucking cash out. But literally, people treat me like shit on this app. Not everybody.
Pop your shit, Yetta. Your story has been consistent over the years. Like, this is taking me back. This is so full circle, Yetta. This is taking me back to 3 years ago on the original Surviving TKO, when after you woke it up on your live. So I thank you, honestly, because if it wasn't for you, I honestly would have never known. Like, this made me honestly curious about TKO, and I started doing research, and more stuff started coming. So Yetta was the domino effect for me. That's what got me on it. And that's honestly how a lot of information came out 3 years ago. You can go on YouTube and type in Surviving TKO Charlie, or you can type in Yetta name, and you'll see the whole series, y'all. We had like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 TC can. It was so groundbreaking. I do thank y'all so much for coming. Like, Yetta, thank you for even sharing that.
Yeah, but wait, I still gotta finish it with the piss my
Go ahead.
Part. So after they gave me that ultimatum at the hotel, I said I'll take option 2.
Well, according to the interviewer, she's been saying this the whole while. Her story has not changed. And see, this is the thing. Like, we do need to stand up for survivors. You know, she's been saying this the whole time. People are trying to make fun of her, but see, that's why a lot of victims, they don't want to come out because of the backlash. You know, social media has gotten so wild and so out of control. When you talk about doxing and you know, abuse shaming and stuff like that, I could see why some women and men don't come out and say anything. She should have just joined the military. Okay. She would have got disciplined and all that. Yep, she definitely should have chose therapy instead of a cult. Okay. Exactly. And see, this is the prime example of like people, oh well, I'm just gonna go and talk to my friends and get some advice. I'm not gonna go to a professional. And this is what happens. You get led into other things.
To be whatever. I don't want to be with y'all. It's cool. We done. And he said, all right, bet. And he dumped all my shit out his fake ass clear Louis Vuitton duffel bag that I used just to pack for 2 nights at the hotel. And I was like, what are you doing? I was confused. And he said, you're not my woman no more. You can't use my shit. Come on, Armani. He just like, all my clothes was just boots, right? And I was like, huh? Because I really didn't think that it was going to go that way. When I said I didn't want to be with him no more, I thought he was going to say, all right, well, let's go ahead and pack up. The birthday party is clearly ruined now. We're going to have to go back to the crib and you can start trying to find for an apartment or something. I really didn't expect for him to react that way. Because if I'd have known that, I would have just been like, okay, yes, Donnie, I apologize. And meanwhile, on the back end, I'm making my escape, okay? Because no, absolutely the fuck not. But he rushed home, like the temper tantrums that he throws or whatever. He has a little ass kid and locked me out. I called Ashley. She came over with her daughter's little baby suitcase. I put my stuff in the bag, and then we went to his house. And by that time, I had to piss. Like, when you get to home, your bladder be like, now's the time. You outside the door, like, now you really got it. He wouldn't let me in. I couldn't fucking believe it. And I told him, who's on live? Y'all can see this shit. Look it up. You had a porch. Search it. I was like, I'm going to piss on your porch. He said, what to do, and so I did. Everybody who asked me about that, I want to know what you would have done. People think I'm so unreasonable and crazy. Yo, I'm not crazy. I'm super fucking fair. I don't do nothing scandalous or I don't do nothing crazy. I don't do crazy.
But ma'am, I mean, see, that's why I always encourage us to get our mental health together. And it's called self-love, self-care. And if you don't love you, it reflects. I mean, people kind of see it as a reflector. And so when predators are out there and you're giving all this and you're telling them this and that, they're taking notes and they're going to recruit you. So you pretty much opened yourself up for that. This is what she said she wanted. Now I'm not judging her because we all make our own choices, but she wasn't forced there, but she did. Once she got there, she didn't know how to get out. And I think that she was the lifestyle and everything that was going on at the time, it had her in a daze, and she didn't want to leave all that. What do y'all think?
Shit, what would have been crazy would have been busting the windows and keying the car and lighting the fucking house on fire. Okay, y'all would have did way worse than that. Y'all would have called your uncles, daddies, brothers, come over here, yo, we finna fuck this nigga up. So he called the police on me, just like he called the police on Boss Life. Y'all forget, yet I'm Karen, I'm the police ass bitch, right? He called the police because I peed on the porch. I sat outside and waited for the police to come. He actually thought I was going to get arrested for pissing on the porch. It's my motherfucking porch, nigga. I get mail here, and I paid like a year's worth of fucking rent here at this cheap ass goddamn house. So they escorted me inside. Oh, as soon as the police got there, they said, "Oh, we've been here before." These Vegas police know this nigga. They know who he is, okay? And the female officer told me to make sure I got pieces of mail that had my name on them at that address, that I could prove that I lived there. And on the way out, she asked me if I wanted to make a statement, because I told them about the shake to the face and everything. I showed her the video. I emailed that shake video to the police department. I wrote a statement with the date of when that happened and everything. Nothing became of it. Nothing happened. So everybody telling me, are you going to go to the police or whatever? There was no contract about the money. I don't think that I could potentially sue a broke nigga. I leveled up. Everything's always going to be okay with me. Okay. So I really don't want the headache of going to the courts and going through the legal system and spending money on a lawyer for a maybe. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I never really pursued it anyway. It's been over 3 years now. I don't even know if it's possible. I feel like with everyone who's coming out right now, we could potentially have a class action lawsuit, whether we have receipts or not. This many women are testifying against this one man, then potentially we could have power in numbers.
Yes. Y'all can all work together. Similar stories. Similar, they may not all be the same, but similar situations. You name something yet I want to bring up real quick before we move into Honeybee. You actually named something that Boss Life said, the working out thing. So that's, I don't know if y'all remember that. Comments clock that T. Don't that connect? Boss Life was just saying something about how he would try to belittle her and make it seem like something's wrong with her body, go in the gym or something of that sort. So I don't know, like, how do you?
He never made it feel like that at all. It was my goal.
Oh, okay, got you. So it was nothing he insinuated. Like he never forced you. Okay, got you. So
he did it behind my back when I was swimming on my birthday. He didn't say that to me. He said that shit while he held my phone. He was wearing a whole basketball jersey in the pool because he's ashamed of his fucking titties. And I'm in a bikini, by the way, doing handstands and flipping around and swimming. I'm so happy to be in the pool. And I had him hold my phone because his ass got banned on my birthday. And then somebody in the comments said, she looked like a whale. He's like, but she's my whale. Come on, guys. She's my whale.
What?
That's what it was. Yeah. And that's because he's jealous. He wished that he could prance around in a motherfucking bikini and not feel ashamed. Y'all see him wearing hoodies in 98. It was 98 degrees today in Las Vegas. He's the only nigga in Vegas wearing sweaters all year.
Him and Finesse, no shade, 2 pimps. But that's neither, well, a wannabe pimp and, well, both, child. Anyways, that's neither here neither there. Y'all, welcome to Surviving TKO Season 2. Make sure you follow my co-host, Yetta Brown. That was Yetta Brown's consistent story. Y'all gonna put respect on her name, y'all. She is definitely just as much as a victim, y'all. We have to stop comparing and stop pitting these women against each other. You know what?
He said an amazing part. He said we need to stop putting these women against each other. And I say that all the time, y'all. But listen here, here's another alleged victim. Let's hear her out.
I'm beautiful, lovely. I used to be T-Kill's bottom bitch. I met him in 2012, so we've been on and off since 2012. Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Yes, I want to welcome you to the panel. Okay. All right. So I guess I'm gonna start it with you since you're in the box, lovely. So I do want to ask, like, how did you first come into contact with TKO Capone? If you can kind of give us a little bit of a background, and I'm gonna just let you go with it. I'm not gonna interrupt you. I'm gonna mute myself. Okay.
Okay. When I first met TKO, I had just got fired from my job. I was working at Sonic for like 3 years. And I had got fired and I went to another job, Hideaway Pizza. I didn't like it at all. I hated my job. I seen TKO on Facebook every day I would get on Facebook and he would just keep popping up on my timeline. And I was like, damn, he fine. He used to have photo shoots and he used to have the greatest pictures. And I was like, all right, this is the third time he pops up. Let me just hit you up. So I hit him up and he said, give me your number, let's meet up. And we met up. He took me out to eat. He took me to the studio. And he started talking to me about how much money we could make. I told him I always wanted to be a rapper. I always wanted to be an actress. And he said, we can go to LA and we can get this money. He told me about prostitution. And he said, they really don't want sex. They just want to spend time with you. So we can do this. We can make a lot of money. We can become rich and famous. And so he was like, we just need some money. And I was like, I just got 200. That's all I got. So I gave that to him. Yeah, I'm nervous, you guys.
Baby, and let me say this real quick, not to cut you off. Y'all admins, kick out anybody. And Lovely, I don't want you to be intimidated by the comments or anything. You can swipe the comments. I'm here with you. I'm looking
I
at
should
you.
stop interacting with the comments.
Yeah, because I don't want them. Thank you, Karma. I just don't. Because
so if you swipe from left to right and then press the little T in the bottom left, the whole comments will go away. Okay. Swipe from left to right and then the little T in the bottom left disappear. Boom.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, and you can go ahead and finish. I'm sorry, love. Go ahead.
Okay, so we got our money and we went to Vegas. And I started posting online. I started posting ads on Backpage, and I started going on dates. I remember my first date I ever had. I didn't have to have sex. They just wanted to like sniff cocaine off of me. It was crazy. And then I came down from the hotel and I gave him the money. He was like, great job, that was your first time. And so then we traveled to LA where we stayed with this music producer. And that's when T-Kill started showing me his true colors. When he, I did something stupid. I was doing my hair and I was like, I started flushing stuff down the toilet, like my hair. And T-Kill started yelling at me. He was like, this is dumb. Why would you do that? You're going to stop up the toilet. He just started going off on me. And then we got a girl. Her baby, she had a baby. The baby spilled Kool-Aid all over the floor. He started going crazy. He kicked her out. And so we started having dates and making moves. We started getting money, but I wasn't making that much money. We wasn't doing a good job. So on the last day we stayed at the apartment, he just started punching the wall. He punched a big ass hole in the wall. And I just looked at him like, my intuition was telling me like, this dude is kind of crazy. But I stayed with him. I stayed loyal to him. And we left and we went back to Oklahoma. And we started posting back again on Backpage. And I wasn't really making that much money. So he was like, you either gonna have to be a stripper or you're gonna have to, or I'm done with you. And by then I was extremely in love. Like, he was like the love of my life at this time. And I was like, okay, I'll be a stripper. And he took me to the strip club. He got me some drinks. And that's when I started dancing. And I was making a lot of money. And
Now,
then
now, now, not to cut you off, Lovely. How old were you, or around how old were you,
I
during
was
this time?
19. I was
Okay.
19. I never graduated from high school. I wasn't that smart. My mother didn't teach me a lot about men. She didn't teach me a lot about a lot of stuff. So I didn't have a lot of friends. I was a weird girl. I was bullied.
Mm,
And I thought TKO was my only way out. Because he promised all my life, I just wanted to be rich and famous. I just wanted to be a rapper. And TKO, he was like my only way out. But I was in love with him. And so I started dancing. And at first it was just me and him. Armani was just his best friend. They both told me they were just best friends, but they had more going on. And I really thought they was best friends. I didn't think they was messing with each other. It took another girl to tell me that they was messing with each other. I really genuinely thought they was only best friends. And so I didn't realize that they was together until we moved in together. But yeah, so yeah, I started
so,
dancing.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, what was you gonna say?
So I was gonna ask you. Well, I was gonna let you know first of all. You were a baby. You were only a baby. It's not your fault. You were just young.
Yeah, I was a
And
baby and I wasn't too smart. Like I barely went to school. Like my mother, she didn't care if I went to school or not. I would always wake up late and I would miss school. And one day the principal called and he was just like, just don't come to school. Just don't come. Just don't come back. So I had got kicked out of my last 3 schools because I wouldn't go enough. Because my mother, she didn't care if I went or not. She didn't care about teaching me anything. So I was I didn't have no game. I didn't have nothing. But TKL, he has a very good mouthpiece. He has the gift of gab. So, and my
yeah,
dad, he was in prison. He's been in prison all my life. So I had no
yeah,
guidance, and I barely had any education.
yeah. You didn't have that. You didn't have that support. That support system, and um, it's just at the end of the day, this man took advantage of that. Like, he knew that you were young, naive. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I just want to let you know that we hear you. Your story is heard. I know you said you've been bullied, and we're not allowing that over here. We're letting you know that your story is heard. And I thank you so much for even sharing that. You are loved, Lovely.
Thank you.
Like, you are really loved, and we definitely love you. If nobody has told you that. How long have you dealt with? Did you deal with TKO? Can you kind of give us like a
How
timeline?
long? And I've dealt with TKL since 2012. We've been on and off, and yeah. I think
Okay, so
the last time I seen him was in, I think it was 2018 after I had my son. He told me him and Armani was over. He told me he just wanted to be with me. And I went all the way to Vegas. All I had was $1,000 in my pocket. And once I got there, he said, you want to go with me to LA? Me and Armani going. She came back. So he played me. He made it seem like they broke up. He made it seem like we were just going to be together. And so he completely wasted my time. And I was done with him after that. I went back home.
wow. So what would you say was your biggest breaking point with TKO? Like, did he ever do like anything that just stood out over everything, like a particular
My biggest
situation?
breaking point was when he tried to force me into a foursome. We were in the house. We had 9 girls. I know y'all heard him talk about those 9 girls. I was one of those girls. I was his bottom bitch. All those girls would bring me the money, and I would bring it to him. I always sat in the front seat. Everybody knew I was his favorite. He used to show me favoritism. But my breaking point was when he chose the ugliest bitches in the house, which was disrespectful. At first it was just me and Capone in a room. We was watching movies. I was mad at him because what did he do? I forgot what he did, but I was mad at him. I wasn't talking to him for a while. I would just bring him the money. I would take the girls to work. I was basically the pimp at this point because he wasn't doing anything. He was just working on his music, and I had to handle all the girls. And he tried to. We were in the room, and then suddenly the other girls started coming in, and then he turned on porn. And then suddenly the girls, they started spilling on me and kissing on me, and I felt uncomfortable. So I left the room, and I went to go watch the movie, and they continued to have sex, and I heard them. So, and I wanted him to myself. I wanted to marry him. I was in love with him, even though he had issues. I was lost in love. And so, I got jealous and stuff. But then I just started watching stuff about Jesus. And like, every time me and T-Kill would get into it, he'd be like, pray. Just pray. Like, even when he used to beat my ass, he'd just be like, go pray to God. And like, I had started watching a bunch of Jesus stuff. I watched this movie. It was a beautiful movie about Jesus. And like, I found God that day. But that was my breaking point when he tried to force me into a foursome. And then another breaking point was when he said, after everything I'd done for him, he was like, you could die and go to hell for all I care. And those words just stuck to me. Like, after everything I've done for you, he said I could die and go to hell and you don't care. And, so that was my breaking points.
Wow. I'm just so upset. Like, every time I hear these stories, like, of what he's doing, taking advantage. And I want to let people know something. It's easy to judge her story, y'all, but she was 19. He manipulated her. He sold her he sold her a dream. Like, let's be fair. Y'all understand? Y'all don't see the pattern with this situation. He gets these vulnerable girls, like in their situations, different situations, some similar, some different, and he plays off of that. You know what I'm saying? He pit these women against each other. He had her thinking, okay, we're gonna, you're gonna be my main one. Meanwhile, he's out here pitting all of them against each other. That's what a pimp is known to do, y'all. So just be understanding. Be understanding. Yetta, go ahead.
I do want to say too, everybody has one thing in common where we say he got the gift of gab, he got a mouthpiece on him. He's a talker. He can charm anybody into believing that what he's saying is genuine. He sells himself, presents himself to be a certain way. Like, he's not doing this just for him. He really wants to help you. And that is the game. And y'all heard Barbie say it too. Like, she talks about the game a lot and how you got to have a mouthpiece. She got a mouthpiece, okay? So you can talk people into doing stuff if you learn the tactics. So he knows that like the back of his hand. So don't be thinking that every bitch is just a dumb bitch. We just trust people that we shouldn't trust, and that's not our fault because we got a good heart and we don't think suspiciously of everybody who say something to us. he acted like he cared, and we fell for it. But yeah, beautiful, lovely. I didn't mean to cut you off. You can continue.
Oh, it's okay.
So beautiful, lovely. So, my question. Okay, so at this point, you were in Vegas, correct? So I just want to make sure I'm in the right
We were in
place.
Vegas. We had just got our first house. We had a roommate. It was this boxer. His name Ladell. He's from Oklahoma. So we had a room. It was a pretty big house, and all the women was sleeping like the loft or TKO's room. He had his own room.
Okay, so at the place that you guys were staying in, how many women at that time would you say it was?
It was 9 women, including myself.
Okay, now you did mention a lady, a girl that got kicked out. She had a baby. Am I hearing that correctly? One of the girls, the working girls, had a baby with them.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't recall that.
Just making sure. Okay. All right. So at this moment, when you're in Vegas, like, did you ever have like any particular run-ins with like Armani? I know you said that you thought that
Armani wasn't there. Armani was in Oklahoma. They were just best friends at this time. They weren't together. She had her own apartment. She worked for a rental company or like a telemarketing company.
And this was in 2012?
Yeah. Or wait, no. It might have been like 2013, 2014 when we got those 9 women.
They claim that they've been together for 16 years. So that's less than 16 years.
I don't know why they keep saying that, but they've been friends for 16 years. They've been fucking for 16 years. But they didn't get together until after me and him were done.
Oh, I know why they say it, because they want to sell some fake ass relationship and make it look like a happy couple.
All right.
Keep going.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, so at this moment, like, where did it go? Where did it take its turn? Like, did he just start getting physical at first, or?
At first we were having fun, we were drinking, but the money, the girls wasn't making a lot of money, and I was the breadwinner. The girls, they weren't that attractive. They were working at a club that didn't have much customers. Like the club they was working at only had like 1 or 2 customers, so they wasn't gonna make any money. And so he would take his anger out on me. Every time the girls would get in trouble, like I was his bottom bitch, so he would take it out on me. And I remember one time he had dragged one of the girls into the garage. He was beating her. He had dragged one of the girls into the garage, and he was like, "Why the fuck you ain't do nothing? Why you ain't stop me?" And I was like, I was scared. I'm scared of you. You a fucking demon. You scary, bro. And so he would just yell at me. It was a lot of mental and emotional trauma I had to deal with. So he would constantly take everything that the girls did out on me, like it was me that did it. And so like I was responsible for all them. I had to teach them things, and I had to take them to work, and yeah. So one time I wasn't having sex with him. I completely, the time he tried to get me to have a foursome, I just completely checked out. I wasn't in love with him no more. I was just focused on the money, and I stopped having sex with him. And so I forgot where I was going. I'll be forgetting stuff. My bad, I'll be forgetting stuff. I wasn't talking to him. I was just handing him the money, and I was just numb. I was like a robot at this time. So, I wasn't having sex with him. He was angry. Oh yeah, this was, I'm sorry. So one time he was like, I denied him. I was like, no, I'm not having sex with you. So one time he just blew up. He went crazy on everybody, and he kicked all the women out the house. He only left like 3 of them. He kicked every single woman out. He threw one girl out on the street. He threw all her stuff out the car and left her on the corner. And so it was only like 3 girls left. Me plus me, 4 girls left. And and then the girls one time. So we was working at a new strip club, and the girls was jealous of us because we were like a team and we had a P. When you're working at a strip club, girls get jealous of you. TKOs would drop us off in an Escalade, bumping music, so the girls hated us, and they would throw pennies at us on the stage. And the girls got into a fight, and we went to, well, they didn't get to a fight. We was like, we're going to fight. And we went to the store, and we was like, we're going to set this up. And they started fighting. And we had got fired the next day because they heard about it, even though it wasn't at the club when we was fighting. So all the girls had got fired. And Capone blamed everything on me. He said, why the fuck would you let this happen? And I was just trying to take up from my family. They was my family at the time. So I was trying to protect them. But we had all got fired. And so he had went off on me and beat my ass and blamed everything on me.
So when you say he was blaming everything on you, that's the narcissist behavior that every woman seems to explain. He's a narcissist, and this is how a pimp moves. At that moment, like, what was going through your mind, like when he was attacking you? Like,
I was just numb. I was just trying to figure out my escape. It was around Thanksgiving time, and I was like, I need to go see my family. It's Thanksgiving. My phone, and he said my mom and his. He deleted every single number on my phone. As soon as I got back in the car, I was like, he even deleted like some of my top tricks that give me the most money. And he was like, he got angry at me because the tricks I had, I couldn't even call them. So I was like, you deleted every single number on my phone. How am I calling them? Why are they not calling you? Me and my trick had gotten into an argument. That's why he wasn't calling me. And yeah.
So can I don't know if it's okay with you, only if you give me the okay. But it was a live of you and TKO, and TKO made a comment, and I feel like it would make sense for me to play it so the people can hear what he said. He said something. You know what I'm talking about, right, Lovely?
No, I don't.
Okay, so it was a moment where you called him out for a situation, and his response is very telling. And I just feel like I should play it if you give me the go ahead.
Yeah,
okay. Is that okay? Okay, thank you, Queen. All right, give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So listen to this. Trigger warning, y'all. Trigger warning.
Y'all remember somebody that wrote me along?
Trigger warning.
That's not no Oh my God.
I'm gonna it up to the speaker. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. I'm sorry.
Connected.
Do you have the live and singing mode? Put it on, Charlie.
Yeah, you don't hear me? That's not new.
Oh my God.
The devil is a liar, and this is the result. You know?
Oh my God.
That should be better.
She told you why she upset. Keeps everyone you are. Oh. He got the recording. Girl, he ain't gonna. He not finna say that right there, girl.
I hear that. Y'all hear that? He said you're not even rape material. I know it may be muffled, y'all. I don't know. So unfortunately, they removed it off of YouTube. They removed the original live off of YouTube. This is the only one I could find of Tommy K recapping it. So I'm trying to play it as best, like in the mic. So I'm gonna try to play that part again. Just try to listen. We understand it's muffled, so just try to listen.
That's not new.
Oh my God.
The devil is a liar, and this is the result. You know?
Oh my God.
Okay, can y'all hear it? Yada, could you hear it good, or do I need to
I
just
can
screen
really, all
record?
I can hear is Tommy's voice going, ooh, and stuff like that.
So should I do the screen thing? Should I go to YouTube on my phone on here?
Yeah, see if
Would
you
that be
can
better
screen
or not?
share or
Yeah,
something.
I
If you got it
can.
on the streaming from.
Okay. Or I can play it on YouTube if I. Let me see if I can type it.
Yeah,
I'm
whichever.
sorry, y'all. No, because I want y'all to be able to hear it.
Just so y'all know, we're not bringing Tommy into this. The recording that he has of the situation that TKO said this, Too Beautiful Lovely, was a recap Tommy was doing. We're not dragging her into it, okay? We're just explaining whose
Correct.
voice we hear. Damn.
Thank you, Yada. Thank you. We are not driving. No. Exactly, y'all. Come on now. All right, here we go.
One at a time.
Hey, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, bless him.
Nigga, don't ever fucking say that on my fucking name. I ain't no fucking clown chaser. You raped me, nigga. Stop fucking lying. You raped me. That's not me. Tell the fucking truth, nigga. You raped me. You beat me. You raped me.
Oh my God.
The devil is a liar, and this is the result.
Nigga, fuck you.
You know?
Dig out. Tell me what you do to him. Tell me what you do to him, nigga.
Oh
Stop
my God.
fucking lying on my name. I ain't no fucking cloud chaser, nigga. If I was the cloud chaser, I would be doing what Raw Talk doing. I'm fighting with all the fucking top broadcasters. Nigga, don't ever fucking mention my motherfucking name in your fucking mouth, nigga.
Honey, why you told us that over here?
She told you why she upset. I hope TKO rapes each and every one of you. I hope he. Oh. Cause all you bitches on here, We don't even talk about it. I got the recordings, TKL. We don't even
She got the recordings.
We don't even scared. What did he have all black? What was he doing? What was I doing? Did you rape me or not? Answer the question.
Girl, he ain't gonna
Have you ever raped me? Answer the question. Like that. Is this your moment?
He not finna say that right there, girl.
Never in my life. You're not even rape material, even on roleplay.
What? What is rape material?
You going to jail, nigga.
Pause. What is rape material? Is anybody in here? I have never heard of that. I have, in my 27 years of being alive, y'all, I swear that gagged me.
Well, we have come to the end of our show. I want to thank you all so much for coming by and listening here. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, set your notifications to all, and always remember you are loved. On that note, so long.